Okay, first of all, nail in the tire. Got to remove it. Okay, you got to take the reamer tool and make that hole as big as you can. Okay. Okay, so you take the mushroom plug, put it into the handle, use the tip, push it down in, and get that loaded. Okay, now take this kind of an all sharp pointed tool, and you got to get this all the way in there, and that's the hard part. So it's like that. Okay, so you don't see that stem on there anymore. Okay, now you can pull this piece out. Screw this piece with the mushroom plug in it on. Okay. Take your Allen wrench and crank it down. Twist this in all the way. All the way, not just part of the way. You feel some resistance, but keep on going. Okay, now it's definitely all the way. Okay, now back this back out. That's good. Pull this out. You should. Okay, there's the tip of your plug right there. Kind of just get that thing seated. Now, once you get that thing seated in there, you got to pull it out about 2 inches, or at least stretch it about 2 inches. Okay, so I would say that's an easy 2 inches right there. That's good and seated. Okay, now we'll get the compressor out and fill this thing back up. Now, I've got the cycle pump from cyclepump.com. Okay, and I keep it all in a Ziploc, just keep it out of the water, moisture. And it's got a power cord here with actually a number of different adapters. This is just an extension cord for the standard, like battery tender. It's got alligator clips so you can go directly to a battery, and a cigarette lighter to battery tender plug. Okay, so plug that into the bike. Okay, and I've also got this cycle pump air gauge that will go between the pump and the tire, and that way I can monitor the air as I'm filling it, which is kind of slick. Okay, so here we go. Now, oh yeah. .40-42 on these tires, what I go with. Okay, I give you this nice little knife, and don't pull on it while you're cutting it, but just cut it off level with the tire. Like that. You can't even barely tell it's there. And that's it. I'll check this again in the morning, verify that it's holding air. But this is an old tire that's about worn through anyway, and I just figured I'd give it a practice shot before I took this in to have it replaced. Alright, that's it. That's using the tire plugger with the mushroom plugs. Hope that helps. A couple of tips. I think the most important thing is, well, a couple of things that are important is, number one, you really got to get that hole enlarged. You're going through a steel belt there, and I think the steel belt can actually cut through the plugs if you don't get it big enough. And then secondly, when you're doing this stage and you're trying to push this into the hole, you got to get this whole thing all the way down to here, in there, you know, not just to here. And that was kind of difficult, but you got to really work it until it gets all the way down in. And then the third thing is, once you're cranking on this back here, this thing really, you'll feel resistance and think it's all the way in. It's not. You got to keep going. You'll know when it is, but don't stop when you first feel resistance. Stop when you really feel it bottom out against metal to metal, and that should do it.